Welcome everyone to Autogefühl, your number one resource for in-depth car reviews and your number one community to discuss cars. Actually, the discussion about cars is always important if we do some comparison tests, so I want to hear your opinions on these two cars we're presenting you right now. And actually, well, one of my favorite cars, it's the Mercedes SL, a great classic open Grand GT. And we have the Porsche 911 Targa. Why did I pick that one for this comparison? I think because it has something more special and always, well, some kind of hardtop. You know, the SL has this hardtop, so coupe and cabriolet in one. And the Porsche Targa is also some kind of it. So also with some kind of soft top roof, but you'll see the details later on. So I think these two cars have some own class of its own, actually, some very special style, and therefore we're taking a look at these two today.
This is an SL 500 with 435 horsepower. Introduced 60 years ago, the 300 SL with that double-wing door started this legend. Nowadays, the comfort and classic style still raptures sophisticated car lovers of all ages, and we are going to show you why. The SL 500 has the classic look of a Mercedes-Benz sports car with this upright radiator grille. What is very special that there are quotes to the past on this model, like you can see here. Formerly, this was an air outtake for the drum brakes of the 300 SL. Nowadays, with the disc brakes, you don't need it anymore, but it's just another beautiful design element. The same accounts for the bonnet. Just one of those air intakes here provides the air for the passenger compartment inside. The other one is just for show. So all in all, the design stays relatively conservative, as you can also see in the back. This has kept the price for older models relatively stable, because the design of the SL has rather been a slow evolution. The SL is a classic, sporty, elegant luxury car with classic SL proportions. This means the long bonnet and a passenger compartment that is set well back. One thing that is special about this car is that the chassis is all aluminium, meaning a weight of only 1,800 kilograms. This model was first introduced in 2012, and it was the first model with an all-aluminium body shell in a series production at Mercedes-Benz. Now let's take a look how it looks closed, and I can do it all with the key. Closing and opening the roof takes roughly 20 seconds. One disadvantage is that it doesn't work when the car is moving, but of course this makes it more durable. So tell me, what do you like more? When the roof is closed or when it's open? Now let's take a look at the trunk when the roof is closed. This moves up relatively high, so you have lots of space for putting your bags in. This is the cover for the roof when you take down the roof for convertible driving. This is the space you always have. If you need more space, you lift this up, but then you can't take down the roof. I was surprised about the space in the car. We went on a long road trip with it, and we even had enough space for a cabin trolley and a large bag as well. And you can also put stuff in here at the sides. This is also enough to go shopping or anything, so this car also works for your day-to-day activities like grocery shopping or transporting stuff. And even when you want to drive with the roof down, then you just really have to close this. This is your space, and then you can take down the roof again. Now let's take another look at the roof opening process. It's very interesting because Mercedes has been working on this process, so the roof is folding very slim for more space in the trunk. And it's done. So it's very interesting to see what happens in the trunk. The glass roof folds up so you can still load in your things. And you lift up the lid, and there we go. Take in the things, take them out, so it's enough space. Still, I close it again. Have to be careful that it really fits, because if it's not closed and you want to start, it doesn't work. I tried it, believe me. And here, close, all automatically. I love it. It's magic. So now let's take a look at the interior. The first thing you notice, of course, with this color combination in the car are the seats. Aren't they a true piece of craftsmanship? I'm really astonished by the soft leather, and as it has been worked out very well. Like, look at here, those contrasting stitches, for example. They're really a design highlight, I think. And still, they're sporty seats. You're seating relatively low, like normally in a roadster, so you have to get in really low. So in some cars, you have a rather uncomfortable seating position in a sporty car like this. For this car, you gotta help out here a little bit with those many options for the seating adjustments. I have to start the car, I guess, for you to look at it, but you can adjust your seat in different positions with this button here. Here you can see it. You can choose how far you want to go in with the sides, like when you drive on curvy mountain roads, you can make it really strong here, or you can enhance the lower back support. And what I find really funny, but like as well, you can adjust the balance for the seat heating, which is really good for the winter weather, which we don't have here, but for sunny weather, you have something as well. This is the seat cooling. Here is the little button with a vent, so it doesn't get too sticky on the leather here. For the interior, you have lots of classic clean design lines, which are highlighted with special chrome elements, like the vents here, or this little classic clock, which is unusual for a modern car, but I find this is a nice highlight which gives it a little elegant, sophisticated feel for a roadster. This steering wheel here is optional because it has a wooden inlet. It only has leather at the sides where you need lots of grip. Here in the center console you have those little hidden spaces. Here, first to open and close the roof, close the windows and turn up the wind shutter. Here you can put something in here, which is not so practical because you have to go way back with your arm. but still you can keep stuff in here you don't need so often. And you also have an USB stick here, for example, or can put it on your phone. When going up a very bumpy road, there's immediately one feature you really need. This button lifts up the car so you have more distance to the ground. While driving, the first thing you notice is the riding comfort. You really have a smooth ride, and you notice that the suspension really is superior at any moment. So if you like to ride in an open GT, this car may be suitable for you. It also suits people who don't have too much baggage, meaning people to carry and stuff to carry, but enjoy an elegant, comfortable ride in style and also value the looks of a sporty car, which has its price as well. If you're looking for a pure sports car, this car is not for you, because then the steering has to be way more direct, and also the suspension is more geared towards comfort than towards really sporty riding. Nevertheless, you can have lots of fun with it.
And what do you think about the Targa design, the very special design? I think this is a very special exterior feature and also a safety feature at the same time. Porsche argues, like, if you roll over, and of course also the all-wheel drive, the second safety feature. So this is the target group of the 911 Targa, and we are looking forward now to more driving. About driving the Porsche 911 Targa 4S, of course, it's a dream car and it's such an iconic car, and you really have to love the interior. It's all so well done and you can really enjoy every moment of it. About the wind, well, actually you hear sounds about, like when you reach 70 kilometers an hour, then it's starting to get quite loud just from right here. So I can't really confirm that it's kind of more calm and not so noisy than the normal cabriolet. But well, I think the main character about this car is just the design and this iconic heritage, and then it doesn't really matters so much how much wind you hear. Porsche argues that people searching for more security want this car, and I must say, from the feeling just here inside, well, even if it doesn't reduce the wind that much, when you got something close behind your back, you feel more secure just as a very subjective feeling. And that's maybe also a selling factor here. The sickest feature here, of course, is the launch control, and we are showing you that right now. About the suspension, it's surprisingly comfortable. Well, it's such a sports car, but still you can go on a very smooth ride, so the suspension is really superior. Just when there are some really damaged roads and you feel the small bumps, then you really feel, okay, we got a pure sports car here. And all the time you just want to shift down and go all the way with the throttle. You can't really cruise very calm, because you always feel that power. The 911 Targa 4 has a 3.4-liter flat twin engine with 350 horsepower, giving you the 0 to 100 kilometers or 0 to 60 mile acceleration in 4.8 seconds. The bigger sports brother 911 Targa 4S comes with a 3.8-liter one and has an extra of 50 horsepower, so 400 horsepower in total. That means 4.4 seconds for the acceleration and some more features, like 4 instead of 2 exhaust pipes, 20-inch alloys instead of 19-inch, and a sports chassis residing 10 mm lower and a bigger brake disc in the front. And the most special thing about this car is, of course, the glass roof with a very complicated system I'm showing you right now. It takes 19 seconds, by the way. Count with us. So I got a coupe right now, fully closed kind of. Now I'm reopening it. You can see it reverse way. Well, the advantage is you got kind of coupe and cabriolet in one car. You just have that very small soft top here. The disadvantage is, well, it adds some more weight. And by the way, to open the top, you can all do this by the key, remote. And here we got there's a comparison, the Carrera 2 and the even older model from 1971. Sport Plus now. Hear it, and you feel it. It's just that car that makes you that very broad smile. It just comes automatically, I'm telling you. So to conclude about the Porsche 911 Targa 4S, of course it's such a dream car, and I think it's a modern classic car even if you buy it new, you already know it will become a very classic car. That's the main factor, I think. For long rides, I would prefer it would be more comfortable, maybe from the seats as well, because they're very slim and very sporty. And I think you wouldn't buy that mainly for the racetrack, but also for cruise on the outside with open top. So I would prefer some more comfort there. But then, in general, I must say, everything is perfectly built. It's technically perfect, just pure Porsche, and this pure Porsche feeling with the open top and that very iconic design feature here with the Targa bar. That is just amazing. And I hope you enjoyed this episode with me. See you next time at Autogefühl. So which one would I actually go for? It's actually quite hard because both cars are really so great and offer so much driving pleasure as well. But I'm not sure about the concept of the 911 Targa because it actually has more wind noise than the classic 911 Convertible, and this very complicated structure with the glass roof. It has a very kind of own style. It's a very dramatic style with this contrast on the sides with these aluminum Targa boxes. But I think it's not really the most practical solution, and then I would rather go for the 911 Cabriolet. I'm usually more a fan of soft top convertibles, however the SL is really very good as a concept because you can also flip the glass roof which is hidden in the trunk, then you can flip it up to use the trunk better then. And in general the SL, I think it's the most comfortable open GT and therefore also scores better against the 911. So if you want it more sporty, go for the Porsche obviously, but if you want to have the more comfortable ride, I would pick the Mercedes. And in my case, I think I more prefer the comfortable ride because you have more fun on the long term with it.